It was never supposed to go that far. I've always had a fascination with the paranormal, so when my friends dared me to spend a night at the infamous Hollowcreek Manor, I jumped at the chance. It's not like I believed the legends. A haunted mansion abandoned for decades sounded like a perfect adrenaline rush until I stepped inside. The first thing that hit me was the cold, not just the temperature, but a bone-deep chill that settled in my chest. The air was heavy, oppressive, like the house itself was alive and watching me. The place was a labyrinth of dust-coated furniture, peeling wallpaper, and mirrors that reflected nothing but shadows. I set up my camera, just in case, and began exploring. At first, it was just small things, the sound of footsteps on the floor above me, even though I was supposed to be alone. Faint whispers carried through the air, so faint I convinced myself it was the wind. But then, the piano played. Just one note, sharp and jarring, cutting through the silence. I froze, flashlight trembling in my hand. There was no way. I'd read about the piano in the legends. People said it played itself, always the same haunting melody. But it wasn't a melody this time. It was a warning. The air grew colder. I could see my breath fogging up in front of me, and then I saw it. In the corner of the room, something moved. A shadow, but not cast by anything in the room. It shifted and stretched, growing taller, darker. My body screamed at me to run, but I was rooted in place. The shadow didn't just move, it watched me, and then it spoke. Its voice was a rasp, like dry leaves scraping against stone. "Why have you come?" it asked. My throat went dry. I couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. And then it began to move toward me. I stumbled backward, tripping over a broken chair, and landed hard on the wooden floor. That's when I noticed the walls. They weren't walls anymore. They were faces. Dozens, maybe hundreds of faces, all screaming silently, their mouths open in agony. My flashlight flickered, and I'll never forget what I saw in those brief flashes of light. Eyes, red, glowing eyes, watching me from every corner of the room. I don't remember how I got out. One second I was inside, and the next, I was running down the overgrown path leading away from the manor, my camera forgotten. When I reached my car, I looked back, and there it was, a figure standing in the window, watching me leave. I never went back for the camera. I didn't need to. Every night since then I've dreamed of those faces, of those eyes. And sometimes when the house is quiet and the lights are off, I can still hear that single piano note, echoing through the darkness.